Oh my god, hey! Good morning, hello. Welcome back to our week and a half, March/April, Spring 2025, New York City Broadway extravaganza. That is a name I have just now given it. The view from my face currently is Times Square, Manhattan. It is 11:43 a.m. on a Saturday, and we are on our way to see a midday performance at the New Victory Theatre, Off-Broadway. I don't know if it's explicitly a kids show or just like a kid-friendly...
I think, no, it's definitely a family show because they're doing activities beforehand.
Oh, then we are going to see a family show with our New York family, or some of our New York family, which includes your favourites and mine, Ashley Hubbard and Kate Ranking, who I think are already there. The New Victory is on 42nd Street, a street which has multiple Broadway and off-Broadway theatres, interestingly enough. And we are nearby. We got out the wrong subway exit, but we did get Dunkin' breakfast and eat it on the subway like professionals. I had a nice turkey sausage muffin. It tasted very much like a McMuffin, like it was fine. It was nice. It was nice. I appreciated the pork alternative. Just over there, you will see the Nederlander Theatre, where Redwood is currently playing. The Nederlander, where we saw Shucked twice, where we saw the Who's Tommy. We are going to be back over there, hopefully in just a couple hours, to see our next show of a 3-show day. 3-show Saturday here in New York. We did not have this planned until yesterday. Every single show we're seeing today got planned yesterday. We're going off-Broadway, Broadway, back off-Broadway again, but more about that later. First up, the show we're going to see at New Victory is called The Magic City. It's from Manual Cinema, who we do need to cross. We're crossing the street, we're trying not to get killed. 42nd Street, everybody. Come and meet those dancing feet. But yes, The Magic City, Manual Cinema. They use a lot of clever techniques to create like shadow puppetry live on stage. At least they did the last time I saw one of their shows a few years ago at the Edinburgh Fringe, a version of Frankenstein. This I know nothing about, but Manual Cinema, the marquee is telling me, are from Chicago, Illinois. And here is the New Victory. This is the New Victory, everybody. The show is for everyone 6 and up. Tickets start at just $24. We're going to let you know what it's like. We are opposite the street from the New Amsterdam Theatre, and you can see Aladdin's lamp. Or the genie's lamp. It's not Aladdin's lamp, he just found it. That's not how. That's very colonial of me to say so. That is the genie's lamp. That's his house. That's his former house. Sometimes smoke comes out of it. Not right now. I can't handle this. There's so many family activities down here. There are kids making their own shadow puppet things. This is amazing. There are craft tables, you can build your own puppets, you can get snacks, you can sit down. This is what we like to see inside a theatre, especially one that are bringing families and young people, and super young people, like tiny people. At this station just here, you can also get your own like earplugs and fidget spinners. Ashley's gonna spin this. Oh!
Already spinning.
Look at these circus skills.
I learned this in 4th grade for 4th grade circus.
Wow.
Whoa, that's a class? Yeah, my school, elementary school did it.
You knew I was going to have to show you the gift shop. You can get your own spinning plates, you can get friendship bracelets, you can get fidget spinners, you can get juggling balls. We have t-shirts. This diva is Victor B. the Bear. I'm obsessed with him and his work. Excellent. This is excellent. We've now taken our seats in the orchestra. I am in E7. We have our programs, not playbills, but I mean they're essentially playbills. They're just not official playbills.
And my fidget.
Ashley's got a fidget. I will make fun of you, but I also regret not getting one for myself. This is cute because we have a Meet the Cast thing here, but it's like answering like Q&A questions. Like, if you could build your own city, what materials would you use and what would you name it? That's very sweet. This is our view of the stage. This is completely familiar of the other Manual Cinema show that I saw at the Edinburgh Fringe when it was Frankenstein. This I'm anticipating being, that was like whimsical and magical, but I think this will be a lot more like sweet and chipper. Perhaps, I don't know. Maybe we're about to devastate a lot of children today. I like the lamps, and also there's a Furby. I don't know if you can see it. It's right there. So that's a throwback in and of itself. Just to show you a little bit of this auditorium, it reminds me very much of a West End theatre. Aeron and I were saying theatres like Theatre Royal Stratford East, the Lyric Hammersmith. I don't know if this would technically be, like, in terms of size, eligible to be a Broadway house. It's not because of its ownership and because of other technicalities, but it's obviously in the right place, and it's, you know, it's a decent-sized theatre. Certainly not the smallest. Let me tell you a little bit about how I believe this setup is going to work here. We're using overhead projectors, cameras, etc. They are creating a puppet show against this screen predominantly. I think we also maybe have cameras in other locations from what I remember, but you can see there's a light source there, all sorts of props and things, and there's sound components at play as well, but we are seeing it projected up there. But if you're intrigued about theatre, which I dare say you are, and I know we are, then you get to both watch what you're being shown and then also kind of peer into the artistry of how it's being created at the same time. Sort of in conversation with the current Broadway productions Sunset Boulevard, Picture of Dorian Gray, where you're looking at what they're showing you, but you're also marveling at how it's happening. A moment before we leave, just for the little dome ceiling here, and the little statues, carvings, mouldings, whatever you want to call them, and also all of the fairy lights. So pretty. Also, there's bees on the seats. I wonder if this has something to do with the bear dressed as a bee. There's some sort of bee thing going on here. Plot twist, because we did not know what to expect from this. We all loved the Magic City. That was beautiful and clever, and so heartfelt, so sweet. As clever as I remember their other show being, but so beautiful, so like for kids but with jokes for adults, completely charming, huge recommendation from me. Yeah, loved that so much, so brilliant, the way that it all comes together, the music and the storytelling and the sweetness of it with a little bit of like topical political reference as well, but just a lovely message of togetherness and like found family and composite family. Yeah, loved that. I enjoyed the adults all laughing at the Patrick Swayze joke and a child in the row behind me having exactly the same reaction to Elmo because that was their topical jumping in point. Yeah, that was great. Aeron James, hi. What was your favourite part of the Magic City?
I don't know, it was just all, it all just fit together so well.
It was so lovely, it was so clever, it was so carefully choreographed.
It was just so good. It's interesting, I was like, oh, this so reminds me of Fringe and what you go and see at Fringe, but also just the quality of like the projections and videography.
The music, oh, you made a good point about the music.
Music reminded me so much of Illinois.
Is exactly what it was, and delicious vocal tone of the performer. Was the actress playing Philomena also the director? Did I pick up on that right?
Oh, I think so.
I think it was the same name. But yeah, it was all really cute, and the perfect show to introduce kids to the theatre, because not only is it a lovely piece, charming storytelling, important story for young people as well, like designed for young, for children is the word, but also it's showing them the magic of theatre and of storytelling. You can see the version that they're wanting you to see, but you can also look down below and see how everything's coming together, and I think that's going to inspire a lot of kids to make theatre. Like, that was my entry point, was I was making puppet shows in a cardboard box before I really got what theatre was. Completely before I knew what I was doing.
Playing with toys and creating stories.
Yeah, making a little town for all our toys to live in. But yeah, I could cry if I keep talking about it. It's so lovely. We went with no kids. I was the youngest of our group, so I was the child. Can thoroughly recommend. And the staff were really welcoming to us as well. We're like, we hope you enjoyed the show. We hope you had a lovely time.
I really hope it comes to Fringe.
I hope so. Yeah, they've been there before.
Yeah, and like the President's Dome or something.
Yeah, there's a bit of a breeze, which is actually currently really nice, but it's meant to rain later, which is not really nice. And I have brought a sweater with me, sweater weather, but I'm enjoying not wearing it currently. I'm enjoying an early summer day.
But also weather predictions change all the time.
They do. We're heading down to Posh Pop Bake Shop and their Midtown location, which is relatively recent.
Oh, there's Redwood.
Before heading over there to the Nederlander for Redwood. Idina Menzel, belting, and trees is what we know about that show. We're going to find out more. But first, we have popped down to Posh Pop Bake Shop, gluten-free sweet treats, to grab a little something before our next show. Important to sustain yourself on a 3-show day. Look at all of these amazing creations. They are decadent, they are plentiful, and having sampled many of them in the past, they are delicious. We have entire cakes going on here. We've got cookie pies, we've got cookies, all sorts of things. There are even more products at their downtown location, but lots of offers here as well. Secured the goods, the baked goods, that is. Aaron's got a chocolate peanut butter bar, and I've got, this is a blueberry pie roll, sort of looking like a cinnamon roll, and I've had it warmed up as well. I'm excited about it. The only thing is, I am already thirsty. I noticed after we paid that they had a blueberry lemonade, but I also want to get a drink at the theatre because I would like a souvenir cup from Redwood. But that sets in motion the problem that Redwood is a one-act show, but it's a one-act show that's nearly like 2 hours long. So I don't want to, I'm definitely going to have to go to the restroom beforehand, but then don't want to have a massive drink and need to go to the restroom during the show, certainly not. Oh, do you indeed fancy a Shirley? When don't we fancy a Shirley Temple? Love a Shirley Temple. But yes, so the snack is going to make me thirsty, is going to make me need to go to the restroom. So lots to consider going into this matinee. We are in line for Redwood. It's probably just under half an hour until curtain. Lines like this, very common to see on Broadway. Very, very common. Also, this was extraordinary. Oh my gosh. The that little icing, frosting, whatever was happening, blueberry on the top. Sort of like yogurt-like in consistency. Very messy to eat, but delicious. I am thirsty though for something fruity. I hope we have nice... We may do our first specialty cocktail of the trip, which is surprising for us that we haven't done one yet.
Yeah, it's not really for me.
We weren't in the right zone when it came to Smash, because we just had margaritas at dinner.
The thing is though, I'm feeling just a Shirley Temple, I'm going to be honest.
I might do a 6, but I think we could probably do a drink each.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we need to share a drink when it's like, are you thirsty? I'm thirsty. How was your chocolate peanut butter bar?
Really good. Really good.
Nice. Nice. Do you know what's funny? You don't get a lot of yellow show artwork, and yet every show I have seen at the Nederlander has been yellow. Shucked, Tommy, and Redwood. And we've made it into the Nederlander Theatre, and you can find 2 separate merchandise booths on either side of the back of the orchestra. A little glimpse of the stage there, but we can see we've got nice little like travel cups there. In fact, that's a collaboration, and you can read about that here. We've got an enamel pin that I suspect Aeron is buying right now. We've got a $10 magnet. We've got a little key ring that also has a carabiner on the end because we are climbing trees in this show. We've got an enamel pin set for $25. You can get those 4. We've got the mug with a lid. Ooh, a mug with a lid. Love that. We've got another, like a taller mug going on over here. There you go. We've got a little baseball cap. Quite a rugged outdoorsy aesthetic. We've got a tote bag with a long handle attached to it as well. Very handy, very handy. We've got a zip-up hoodie there. We've got another hoodie there. That's sort of an ochre colour. It is cropped at the bottom there, a little shorter. We've got another drinking apparatus going on there as well. T-shirt designs, pullover, more T-shirt designs, and a very cute little baseball cap. I'm going to walk over here and show you the baseball cap over here. Little $30 baseball cap, but it's got a little Idina Menzel Redwood little tag stitched into it there, and it's a nice, fun, vibrant orange colour, and also the window card. The bar on the mezzanine level is real busy. The one down here is, I think that's a quieter queue. We have a couple of drink specials I can show you down here. They are shown there. $21 for a single and $39 for a double will get you Touching the Cosmos, which is Cosmo, vodka triple sec, cranberry and lime, or a Great Escape, gin, cactus juice, soda and lime. I'm fascinated. And then premium drink specials, $25 for a single, $40 for a double. The Epiphany, High West bourbon, corn liqueur, soda and lemon. Shucked, I think about you every day. The Jesse's Paloma, which is tequila, blood orange, triple sec, soda and lime. The Redwood, artisan artisanal mezcal, passion fruit, monin, ginger ale and lime, wow, or the Sequoia Spritz, Prosecco, Aperol and soda. These certainly are interesting. We've talked about signature cocktails before, all being a bit samey. These ones, they have a much more specific identity for the show. I mean, cactus juice, for crying out loud. Corn liqueur, blood orange, artisanal mezcal. They've really got it going on here at Redwood, and you can get all these other concessions here as well, and you can see all of those snacks in the background. We're at the bar. I think Aeron is going to get an alcoholic drink after all. We've gone for a single Redwood and a single Great Escape, so we can try a bit of each of them. Intrigued about both, but the cactus juice specifically. I'm so curious. Now, because we got singles, they come in these little cups that you can see. Aaron's holding one there as well. This is the little design on the cup there. And this is our view of the set here. Currently very white, very technical looking. We were advised to sit in the mezzanine. As it happens, we didn't get to choose the location of these seats because we got them in yesterday's lottery draw.
You find out where you're sitting an hour before?
There you go. Yeah, Aeron received the tickets 1 hour before the curtain, so at 1 p.m. today. But also, we were told that there are projections on the floor, which obviously you can't see as well, if at all, from the orchestra. But also, the set does continue into what would previously have been loge or box seating there. And also, up here, you wouldn't get to see any of that from the orchestra, so I feel, before having seen the show, inclined to agree that the mezzanine seems like the place to be. We are in G9 and 11 here. Really great rake in terms of where the row in front falls, so it seems like we're going to have a pretty fantastic, unobstructed view of Redwood. It's time for the drink review. You tried it yet?
Yeah.
Right, swirl. Always swirl these cocktails first, and close the lid before you do. I mean, I don't know what I thought cactus juice was going to taste like. It's nice though. It pairs well with the gin. It offsets it well. I'm going to sip it for 2 hours rather than chug it. I drink drinks way too fast, so this was a good choice for me. If this was like overtly fruity, it would be gone. But it's like refreshing and a little sharper than I would usually drink. This I think I'm going to like a little bit more. This is the Redwood that Aeron got. Oh, that passion fruit. This reminds me of the Shucks drink a little bit.
I think it's a lot more powerful.
Oh, there's an aftertaste.
Yeah, there you go.
Ah, that's the mezcal. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh, a bit spicy. A little bit. How's your cactus juice?
It's like very refreshing. It kind of reminds me of like
refreshing.
The gin spritz.
Yeah, it's in that realm. Also, worth reminding you, as always, to make sure you get your playbills. Playbills like these are complimentary with every purchase of a Broadway ticket. Everyone in this auditorium gets one. Make sure to pick it up from your ushers, who will also help you find your seats. And then you can take also the obligatory playbill photo as modelled by Aeron James.
Twice a year, the Broadway community gets together to raise money for Broadway Cares Equity Fights AIDS. Yes, thank you. Yes. I swear to God, this is going to take like 2 minutes. I know it's been an hour and 50 minutes. You guys go to the bathroom, I get it. Yeah, it's a wonderful organization that, like the roots of a Redwood, has spread out and now is including and funding homeless shelters and health clinics and mental health clinics and food banks. And all these Stella's favorite thing, the Broadway Green Alliance. Yeah, it helps promote environmentally sound practices on Broadway and beyond. And of course, the bedrock of the foundation was to help entertainers and people in the entertainment business in crisis. Thank you so much over there. There's a lot of love happening. How can you help? As you're leaving, there are going to be volunteers with red buckets. They're not for your trash. They're not for your waste. Who is paying attention? They're for cash, if you have it. Who carries it? No one really anymore. But you can scan a QR code, credit cards, whatever. No donation is too big, and no donation is too big. So, yeah, we also have signed programs and posters from the entire wonderful cast. So give me a 10. We really appreciate it. Have a wonderful day. Go climb a tree.
Everyone just filing out of the theatre, but look at what this set could do when it wasn't being all white and plain. Look at these beautiful projections, and look at the big old tree. That is not a projection you're seeing. Three-dimensional tree there that was climbed during the show. Spoiler alert. And it won't surprise you to learn folks are waiting here to meet Idina Menzel and cast at the stage door. Of course, no guarantees of stage dooring at a matinee. Or at all really. Plenty more we could say about stage door etiquette, but you're all good, nice people. And if you are curious, based on a random sample of today's matinee only Michael Park came out the stage door, chatted to audience members, signed everything that he could see, talked about the show, was really enthusiastic about it, which was cool. And also, we found Kate, who just saw Maybe Happy Ending with one of the understudy performers.
Yes, Christopher was on. It was all of her debut today.
Fun times, fun times. We're seeing Maybe Happy Ending tomorrow, going back for our third visit, which will make it our most visited Broadway show of all time, along with Cabaret when we see that for the third time next week. We're heading to go get some food in between the second and third shows of the day. We're all going to All the World's a Stage, Off-Broadway musical, currently in previews over at Theatre Row, which is another of the many off-Broadway theatres. There's so many off-Broadway spaces on 42nd Street. I never processed this before, but there are so many off-Broadway theatres. There are actually more off-Broadway theatres on 42nd than there are Broadway theatres. Fun fact. But in between now and then, we're going to get some food. Also, we were just walking down the street, travelling as a pack, and a couple of people have stopped us in the last few days, but they get very excited when they stop one of us, and then they see that we travel as a group, and they're like, oh my god, you're all here. So Lance, a very nice guy named Lance, just came to say hello. So Lance, if you're watching this, that was very sweet, and it was very nice to meet you. And I hope that you enjoyed seeing a show, and that you have seen many shows since. We made it to the meatball shop. Whoop whoop. There are other people in this restaurant, but we're in the back room that we didn't know existed the first two times we came here, and then we got brought here, and we thought we were being a little bit trafficked. And now it's our favourite place to be because chill vibes. Look at this. Look at this. We have this whole back room. We could be doing mob deals right now, but we're not. We're trying to order meatballs from this very extensive menu. I love this menu for multiple reasons. I think if you come here with a group of people, people can jump in at different price points depending on how much money people want to spend, but people can also get different quantities of things. You could just get a couple meatballs in a bowl, and there are different meat options. There are also non-meat options. There are gluten-free options, or you can get like a larger signature dish. It's not actually all meatballs if you don't even like meatballs. They have fun things. They have jelly shots. They have Arnie Palmers, which we always drink when we are here. Good vibes, good group place. So we pretty much all elected to build our own bowls of meatballs. I've gone for 4 chicken meatballs with spicy-ish arrabbiata sauce, that's Aeron's extra bread, and spaghetti as a base. That was really smart of me. Do you know what's not smart? Wearing a white t-shirt and then eating this. I'll let you know how that goes. Great vibes and great balls at the meatball shop. Thank you to our favourite server for always being very nice and bringing us food. Who just said to me, maybe I'll make the vlog this time. So I didn't film you at work, but I'm talking about you now. Everyone's getting shout outs on the vlog today. We're heading down to Theatre Row on 42nd Street. Seeing a show on 42nd, we just came from 41st, 40th, and walked up to 53rd and going back down to 4th. Don't do that. Don't be like us. causing ourselves unnecessary stress and transit, but you know, getting the steps in. We're here, which is great because the wind chill is wind chilling. My goodness. We are downstairs. There are multiple theatrical spaces. We're at Theatre 5, implying that there are at least 5. We're in the lower level. I have my tickets. We're seeing a new musical, very new musical, by Adam Gwon, who composed Ordinary Days. And it's called All the World's a Stage. Very excited. We'll report back. Well, that was very special, very charming. Love an Adam Gwon score. If you know Ordinary Days at all, if you know Scotland PA, which I don't, but friends are chatting about. We're heading to Junior's restaurant now, which is exciting because I haven't had any cheesecake yet, and I have been thinking about cheesecake. I might have to walk past the takeout window to decide which flavour I want, because it's easier when I can see them. I need to make direct eye contact with the cheesecake, and I'm like, you will have the okay, says shoot. You okay?
There's a walk in 20 minutes.
Oh wait, no, we have to, I'm sorry. We have to.
No, that's absolutely fine.
Right now, perfect timing.
It is currently the intermission of Sunset Boulevard, so we're gonna stay and watch the walk. Perfect. This is me peering through the window at all the cheesecakes. Can anybody see?
Oh my god. So tap, tap, tap in on the glass.
Tap, tap, tap.
Waving through the window.
Oh, the cart is out, confirming that this is about to happen. I didn't think we'd be showing you this on this trip. I didn't think this was going to happen. How fun for all of us. Sunset Boulevard Walk authorities, Ben Lebowski and Kate Ranking, have suggested we stand here outside of the Broadhurst, and we can see Sunset Boulevard over there at the St. James. They're going to cross the street, they're going to go over there, then they're going to come back. They're making some theatre outdoors. It's going to look exactly like that. Something else important to note, if you are really anywhere on the path of the walk, security will usually come and chat to you beforehand and let you know where you can be. They told us to get as close to the wall as possible, which usually when someone tells you to do that, that's reason for alarm. In this context, it's fine. Here comes the ensemble, taking their positions.
Folks, I need you to stay as close to the wall as possible.
See, there you go. And in fact, it has already started.
The battle rages. Smile, orange, and smile till someone's last.
Who is that, Lucy?
Sunset Boulevard. Yeah, part of the show.
She's not wrong.
Brutal Boulevard. Just like you all lined up in the ocean.
Good job, cast and security team. And it's all going on in Schubert Alley tonight because Sadie Sink and the cast of John Proctor as the villain have just emerged to sign playbills. That's Sadie Sink that you can maybe just about see just behind that car, signing those playbills. Not a stone's throw from the Stranger Things play, funnily enough. But yeah, Schubert Alley, what an exciting place to be. We should probably go to Junior's because I think a lot of young people who just saw that play are going to want cheesecake afterwards. Look at all of these young people who just saw a play on Broadway and are excited about it. That's so cool. I can't remember if I told you this, but we had like 30 high school students on the front 3 rows of the show that we just saw, which is set in a high school and is about a student who loves theatre and discovers it with the help of a teacher. So this is very cool. And the night ends this evening at Junior's Restaurant. where I'm getting some strawberry cheesecake. Oh my god, hey!
Hello.
Good morning, tiny people in my camera. I've got the Urinetown cap on today. It is a Sunday, and
In case you go to...
it's not in case. No, it just felt like a baseball cap kind of a day. Spring had sprung, and then decided.
and then fell backwards.
It's like, give me 5 more minutes, because it is cloudy, chilly. It's like there's moisture in the air. It's not raining, but it's like
No, I've just...
I might.
Yeah,
Any
my
minute
face
I
is
might.
getting wet.
Yeah, it's like it's right there. We saw 3 shows yesterday, and my neck can feel it. But thoughts on yesterday's shows, just as a little bit of a roundup. Do you have a favourite?
Magic City.
Magic City. Magic City.
To be fair, I loved the Water Stage. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, that was a really lovely close second.
I can see so many schools and youth groups and theatre companies and
Yeah.
West End and Fringe do that show.
Yeah, Kate said Man of No Importance, which made a lot of sense, mixed in with very
feels
obviously
like
the
Ordinary
prom.
Days.
It does feel like Ordinary Days. There's an Ordinary Days Easter egg in it that is not subtle whatsoever. I spent the whole time, it's towards the end, I spent the whole time listening for a subtle Ordinary Days reference and reading into things they said.
I will say, like, that is how you do a sequel prequel to a musical, where they are all linked, so it's really cool, but also independent from one another. Because I always think, like, sequels and musicals don't work,
Historically, no.
but that really did when you realise the link. It's like, no, actually, it is a prequel to Ordinary Days,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
not in the way you'd expect.
And then you had Redwood, which I don't regret seeing, and our expectations had been truly lowered.
I did love seeing Adina Menzel spin in the air.
Yeah, there were bits of it that were cool. The climbing, the rappelling that they were
That was
doing.
so cool, like, to see them figure out how to do that on stage, and, like, so much credit.
Without
because that's
stage
so
managers on stage to ensure, like, the
Them
way they
flipping
did safety
themselves
checks
on.
for each other and had been trained to, and like
also-
audibly did them.
I was about to say that they actually put the cues and the checks into the script.
I think it was a
but
check. I think they had to
Yeah.
make sure they're doing it right.
That was clever.
To say it, yeah. But yeah, and to see Adina, 20-something years
Her vocals
after
are
Wicked, vocally sounding great, but like hanging in the air, flying and belting. I mean, come on now.
Yeah.
It is far too long without an intermission. Nearly 2 hours, one
People
act
made an intermission for themselves.
is crazy. But yeah, and I'm not sure it really justified being a musical. It's so interesting to me that the status of her celebrity, and rightly so, is such that the audience was there to hear this woman sing loud noises. They didn't really mind what the words were.
Yeah.
Like, no one's going to that show because they're like,
People wanted
this
to-
story sounds interesting, and people like
People wanted
may
to
connect to
hear
its
her
themes about
voice.
grief. Yeah, people wanted to hear her do the Adina thing, which she does very well. Anyway, that all brings us to today, and we are walking into Midtown. We're going to head through the park. Aaron's got the hot version of the butter pecan latte from
Which I'm
Dunkin'.
glad I've done, because in New York I opt always, but I mean in London I bet. In the UK I vary a lot more, but aim more hot, so I'm like, let's go for Dunkin' Hot.
Mix it up, and it's a chilly day. We're meeting friends for lunch, but we don't have a matinee planned. We tried to do the digital rush on Today
And we
Ticks.
did the lotteries and no success.
Entered all the lotteries, won nothing, so we will not be seeing Othello. That was our last chance to maybe see Othello. Good Night and Good Luck does not have a matinee today. We kind of ended up doing things the wrong way around. Like in a perfect world, we'd have saved Redwood for today and done something else yesterday, but rushing on a weekend in person is harder because
be
more
honest.
people will be there and wake up early. And on a Sunday, the box office is open at midday, but people don't know that, so they still get there early. You just have to wait for like 4 hours.
But also, like, both seats for Redwood.
Oh,
impeccable.
perfect.
So, like, I'm glad we went
If you
yesterday,
can, sit in the
both
mezzanine.
seats-
Yeah, sit in the mezzanine for Redwood.
Both seats were very enjoyable, and
Yeah.
now I'm like, Nederland and Mez.
Yeah, it was great. It was really great, especially for that production, and that stage is further forward than it usually is. Like, that came forwards from the proscenium. I liked the design. In any case, we are seeing Maybe Happy Ending tonight, so that is excitement enough. If we get no matinee today, that's still a great day of theatre. And we saw 3 shows yesterday, so maybe a 1-show Sunday balances it out. But yeah, meeting friends for lunch at one of our favourite places. That is an Ordinary Days reference, you are so welcome. Before that, we're going to hit up a couple of box offices. I'm not optimistic. We're not getting there early. We're getting there to coincide with openings, so they will already have had lines. It's spring break, it's a weekend, it's 2 show days. There might be outstanding availability for something like Operation Mincemeat. I don't think Old Friends, which we're also going to pass, even has an in-person rush policy. But if you don't ask, you don't get. So we're gonna ask and see if we get.
This is a relaxed test.
Yeah, we're chill about it. Here is your obligatory view of lovely Central Park, characterized for its greenery, its open spaces, its dog walkers, its runners, its horse-drawn carriages, its bridges, its inexplicable giant rocks, and of course the skyline.
You can tell what kind of day it is because the lamps are still on.
The lamps are still on. That is a very good point. But spring, there you go, signs of spring. La 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 la. No, it's too high, I can't do it. We're probably, maybe one of us goes to the Freedman and one of us goes to the Golden. I don't know what our upper spend limit is. It's difficult because neither of them are essential. If there was a way to camp out and get Othello tickets, the thing is Othello does not do in-person rush. They do
like
lottery.
standing a lot of the time, I feel like.
Yeah, I'm not. I can't. I won't stand for it. They do lottery and they do a student rush now, I think. But they added, after some backlash about the ticket prices, about the $921 tickets in row M of the orchestra. Egregious. But yeah, there's nothing we're desperately needing to see, because we can see Mincemeat later in the year. We've also seen this cast do Mincemeat for years. It would be so cool to see it on Broadway.
It's just
But they've extended. Yeah, but they've extended to February. We will be back probably twice, maybe 3 times before then. Hope you're enjoying the horses behind me, and more importantly, I hope the horses are enjoying themselves, because never sure. And the same with Old Friends. Seen it twice. Would love to see Beth Level do Ladies Who Lunch, because we've heard great things about it. As expected, struck out at Stephen Sondheim's Old Friends. There's a little queue at 6 at the Lena Horne. Interestingly, when I got to the box office for the Freedman, it was like 10 minutes before midday, and they were already open and doing transactions. But again, not that they actually have an in-person rush. He did tell me, I think in a couple of weeks, they have more 30 under 35. Unfortunately, you're seeing this in a delay, so that might be useless information to you. But I feel honor bound to let you know. Anyway, Aaron's gone down and taken a spot at the Golden Theatre for Operation Mincemeat, which has a big queue, which is really cool to see. Because, and I've said this a million times, but you know, we saw the show off West End, little fringe venues, for it to now be on Broadway, and to have demand and people to be excited about it. This little show that could, that's amazing. They do have 2 shows today, so you never know how many people they might get through on a rush line. I'm always paranoid, and so I always try and be like the first person in line, but that you don't have to be necessarily. I would one of these days like to sit in a seat at the Golden Theatre that is not the back corner, because that's where we work for Stereophonic. But we have nothing else to do this afternoon. Our other backup is Love Life at New York City Centre, which I grow more and more intrigued by. And it's a big piece of theatre history. It's not a score that's been preserved, or necessarily will be, unless they get finance to do a cast album. So maybe that's the one we should go and see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what fate decides for us right now here at the Golden for Operation Mincemeat. I'm just about to round the corner, so I'm about to see what the queue line looks like. I mean, it's not stretching down past this bus, so that's a good sign. Rounding the corner. If we'd been planning on this actively, we'd have been here much earlier, but Sunday is such a tricky one because you have to wait until midday, so it's a bit of a ball ache. We have found Aeron James, and these are all the people waiting to nab tickets to Operation Mincemeat. Look at that marquee with the briefcase, with the light bulbs. It's the perfect Broadwayification of this show and its themes. I think this whole front of house design actually is super cute and so yellow. If we glimpse further down the street, I'm not sure which of these shows do rush in person and don't. but you can see a sizable queue at the Outsiders, which looks to be largely young people. Another one down at Buena Vista Social Club. I'm not seeing queues on the other side of the street for Smash or Dorian Gray. I don't know if they actually have a rush policy, and I dare say we would see more if we went around the block. I think Stranger Things on the next street over, Death Becomes Her, Sunset Boulevard certainly, one street down, Gypsy, Boop. Well, we did not get rush tickets for Operation Mincemeat, and getting there a little bit earlier would not have made a difference to that.
One person.
Getting there a lot earlier would have made a difference because they only had rush ticket. I don't know if it was one or two, but it was one transaction. Only the first person in line got a rush ticket, and the second person, who can't have been expecting this, was told no rush tickets left. Then hopped over to the Outsiders just to see, and I'd say like 5 or 6 people in front of us, they were down to standing room only. They do have multiple policies, including 30 under 30 and in-person rush tickets, as well as a digital rush and cancellation and a lottery, but I don't know how many tickets are allocated to all of those. Maybe we just have a nice Sunday afternoon. Yeah. Maybe we do a bar crawl. By which I mean, how many different places can we eat dessert? Thank you, exactly, yes. Once again, I'm compelling some producer to hire the staff of the Jellycat Diner for a Broadway show. They have too much energy and it has nowhere to go. FAO Schwartz is a toy store, an iconic toy store, as featured in the movie Big with Tom Hanks. And we're not currently searching for Wicked movie merch, but look at this pop of Elphaba with the Emerald City. Now, because we've used the Lush products, the Emerald City does just remind me of the soap that we are still working our way through from the Lush collaboration. And just outside, another staple of our New York trips, we always end up here at some point. This is Rockefeller Plaza with the flags, and if we go up to the edge we will see the ice skating in front of the iconic statue. There's been a Christmas tree here before on our previous visits. Currently not at the moment. There you go. Skating around. And if we glance up, you'll see the very tall building. Very tall. And next in the lives of Mickey, Jo and Aeron, we have headed down to the Belasco Theatre on 44th, where my favourite musical, your favourite musical currently on Broadway?
Yes.
Our favourite musical currently on Broadway, maybe Happy Ending, the most critically acclaimed musical of the season, I dare say, new musical of the season at least, is currently playing, and just picked up our tickets to see it for the 3rd time, and great news, we're sat in the orchestra for the first time. This is a show, I will say, because of the very intricate set, can prove a little bit challenging in terms of sightlines, particularly if you're sat in one of the higher sections or a little less centrally. I will say that. Not that we haven't enjoyed ourselves thoroughly in the slightly restricted view experiences we've had on both occasions so far. I think both times we've been up in the top level. Certainly we were last time when we got rush tickets. But today, for the first time, we're going to be seeing it from the orchestra, which is super exciting. Covers have been going on for the past few days for Oliver, for Darren Criss, but he's back in the show today. Not that we really mind who we see on this occasion, but very excited to get to see both of these two again. And Hwaboon! Where are you, Hwaboon? Is Hwaboon not on the doors? That feels like, I mean, that's a betrayal, honestly. But yeah, new merch, lots to show you here at Maybe Happy Ending. And if you don't know her, get to know her. Social media icon and game changer, Catherine Quinn for And That's Showbiz, the company that she created, birthed into life, working on Maybe Happy Ending, The Great Gatsby, and more shows on Broadway, pre-Broadway, changing the game truly. You can also go and find Catherine here on YouTube, her own account on YouTube, where she kind of pulls back the curtain on what it's like to be a professional working on Broadway in the world of social media, and also And That's Showbiz, the company that she's created, posting a bunch of great content, including a recent interview with yours truly, all about changing the world of theatre criticism via social media. So if you haven't already subscribed, go subscribe to both of these channels, please. Chances are, if you enjoy my perspective on theatre, then you'll also enjoy what Catherine has to say, as well as the insights that she can provide as someone working sort of really at the coalface of the industry and changing the way that it works with social media, which is an overdue and necessary change. This hat doesn't fit my head when I've got long hair, and I'm just noticing that in real time. There's a lot of empty space up here, but it's also higher than I love this hat. Don't make me get rid of this hat. This hat only works when I have short hair, and that's okay. That's fine. Not us being in Times Square on a Sunday at 5 p.m, that's a choice, but also the Lion King are selling a hoodie with ears. I can see it in the foyer and I want one. Yes, that is the Lion King up there at if I pause long enough it'll come to me. Minskoff. That's the Minskoff Theatre. We're going to pop into the Disney store, which is almost exactly the same thing. Just idly walking past Death Becomes Her, and we can hear the applause, which is very cool. We can hear the curtain call. And since I don't actually think I've shown you this before, if we glance up to the right-hand side of the Lunt-Fontanne, you're seeing old signage for the Little Mermaid. Did this building not used to be here or something? I don't know why that was ever there, who that sign was for. In any case, it's not come down, and it is very much not on sale now. And speaking of signage for Broadway shows of yesteryear, that car alarm subtitling my hysteria. Speaking of signage from Broadway shows from yesteryear, I saw something on socials recently of someone showcasing both the Little Mermaid sign, oh it is there, and this one here at a car park on 44th Street. See if you can spot it, see if you can spot it. Where is it, where is it, where is it? It's there. It is Titanic, the musical, which was also at the Lunt-Fontanne back in the late 90s. I love Titanic. How cool is that? You can see it's got a little badge on the left-hand side that said, winner 1997 Tony Awards Best Musical. There you go. So we're in the Hershey store. I'm just finishing the free sample I was handed. Yummy. But I have to show you, they're doing an Aladdin promotion. You can get a whole new s'more exclusively at the Hershey store in Times Square. $12.95, inspired by Disney's Aladdin, which of course not too long ago celebrated its 10th anniversary at the New Amsterdam Theatre here on Broadway. There you go. So you can come and get a whole new s'more with some blue Hershey chocolate, it seems. Now I do like to try and be a responsible journalist, and ordinarily I would purchase and sample for you the whole new s'more, because we do like to see a business promoting a Broadway show, and we like to try the collaborations for ourselves and review. That is what I live for. However, not a fan of marshmallow. It does nothing for me. I think it's a waste of frankly, of oxygen, of space, of calories, and indeed of time. So yeah, but they are, oh look at this, they are advertising it everywhere. There's another one, another little sign for it at the entrance there. The other entrance to the Hershey store. If you don't want to go on the Times Square one, then you can enter opposite the Palace Theatre, where I forgot that's what was at the Palace. Oh, what garish front of house artwork this is. Glengarry, Glen Ross, if you can quite make that out in the very subtle signage, also plastered all over the front of the theatre. They're like, look at these celebrities. We see you, Othello. We have celebrities too. So many famous people. Give us hundreds and hundreds of your finest dollars. Glengarry Glen Ross, one of the 4 star-led new productions of plays opening on Broadway over this last week and the coming week that we will not be seeing, but not just because tickets are wildly expensive and difficult to come by, but also because I am no fan of David Mamet, really. Not personally, well also personally, but just not really of his writing. What is this place? This seems fun.
This is where Grace Archie goes.
Oh, serendipity. I am a fan of that. There you go. Less Mamet, more sugar. It's harder to kill a few hours than you think without actually going somewhere and sitting down and getting food or a drink or something.
Or if you're not like in the shopping mood, I feel like
yeah.
If you want to shop easy.
Yeah. Are we sad to have not done a matinee today? Not particularly. I'm not devastated.
Not really, because I feel like there wasn't anything that was we must see this. This is our only chance to see this.
Yeah. And here it is. We are back at one of Broadway's most haunted theatres. It's the Belasco for maybe happy ending. We're going to get in this queue. And now we are in the building. There are multiple bars. We're in the one in the lower lounge area. And these are the signature cocktails. I've probably shown you these before, but we have the Huaboon Cosmo, which is Kettle One Peach, Triple Sec Cranberry and Lime. The Nat King Cola. It is relevant to the show, I promise, which is bourbon, cola and grenadine. We're going to try that one. Different flavour for me, but we're pushing the boat out. And a Firefly Spritz. Gin, Sauvignon Blanc, lime and club soda. Not convinced that they had these maybe happy ending souvenir cups the last time we saw the show, which was much earlier in its run around the week of opening, in fact. But we're huge fans, so we obviously had to get one. Aeron James is going to do a taste test for you. Oh, that's a happy face. This is an Aeron drink. We said...
This is more of an Aeron drink than a Mickey drink.
Yeah, we said I would like the bottom one, you would like the middle one, and we'd both like the top one, but we've gone for the middle one because we always have the same type of cocktail on Broadway, and so trying something a bit different. And also, if I can drink most things. If I love it, I'll just down it. So if it's a bit not quite me, then I'll just sip it. So I can taste the bourbon. The bourbon takes me aback, but I like the grenadine. It offsets it. There is an aftertaste. Do you know what? It just tastes like a drink I would like, but I just brushed my teeth and I should wait 10 minutes. That's what it tastes like to me. There's another bar area to the left-hand side of the orchestra, which is also where you'll find a merchandise booth, which looks slightly revamped since the last time we saw it, and has some new items. Let's talk you through the whole thing, just in case this is your first time seeing Maybe Happy Ending with us. So first up, let's show you all of the prices here for the apparel, for the electronics, for the hats, for the albums, for the posters, all sorts here. We've got some hats. You may have seen me wearing the Maybe Happy Ending bucket hat before, but this one is new, this baseball cap with a little Huaboon, that's the name of the plant, stitched in there in green, very stylish, and I love this lavender colour. We've got a Maybe Happy Ending tote bag here. This is new, this crew neck for $65 that says Little Forest Robots. That's a cute line from the show. We've got a Huaboon hoodie that has the same little design stitched in there on that lovely lavender colour, and it has the same Maybe Happy Ending logo from the tote bag on the back as well. That is $70 there. On the back wall we can see some more items on display here. We've got a title t-shirt, we've got a concert style t-shirt with Huaboon there as well. We've got a title tee but in black. We've got a window card poster with the new artwork, which I just love. I think it's gorgeous. And an autograph card there as well, with spaces for Claire and Oliver to sign, as well as James and Gil Brentley. That's all of the members of the principal cast. Then we have some bits and pieces here as well. We have a set of enamel pin badges. Those will come back around. We've got a Maybe Happy Ending, a logo magnet, and the Gil Brentley Jazz Orchestra magnet. You can get those in a set for $15. We've got button badges there. A bunch of different designs also for $15. There's the pins again. There you go, a set of 4 enamel pins, and that is a little pop socket on the back. There is also a Maybe Happy Ending mug for $20 with show artwork and a Huaboon design on the other side. A couple more items down here as well. You can actually get the newly released cast recording. There's a keyring charger, a magnetic charger, and an actual Huaboon that you know I would get, but I don't think we can actually take it back to the UK because it is a plant. You can also get the cast recording on vinyl there as well. And we have taken our seats in the orchestra of the gorgeous Belasco Theatre. Stunning and stylish interior here. It's been compared before to a country club by people who have told me about it. I am in J2, which puts me on the aisle, which if you have longer legs, or if for any reason you would like, the freedom of an aisle there, is always a good choice. Also, in terms of visibility, that is my view of the stage going that way, so completely unobstructed. I love an aisle for that reason, and it tends to be where they put press when they do press bookings. That is our view of the first cast member on stage, giving you just a little bit of a pre-show vibe here at, if you missed the name of the show, Maybe Happy Ending. As always, make sure to get your programs from the ushers.
robots and fireflies, if you wouldn't mind just indulging us a couple more minutes of your time, we'll keep this under 2 hours as promised. Before we get into what we're doing up here, if you're unfamiliar, I just want to thank you on behalf of our cast and company, the production that we have. And I would like to thank you for taking a chance on a brand new original musical. Enjoy yourself, please share with your family and friends. We rely on word of mouth, and of course the cast album just came out recently, so you can listen to that. So let's get down to business. I'm going to pass it off to the amazing Marcus Troy. Oh! We just wanted to talk to you guys real quick about something that's very near and dear to our hearts. Twice a year, the Broadway community and touring companies all around the country raise money for an incredible organization that is quite possibly the philanthropic heartbeat of our industry, which is Broadway Cares, Equity Fights AIDS.
With your help, you can ensure that Broadway Cares continues to support the work of hundreds of food banks, health clinics, mental health centers, and housing programs in all 50 states, Puerto Rico, and Washington, D.C., many of which who have had some funding cut recently. It's just true.
Cool. In times of crisis, with your support, Broadway Cares is able to give humanitarian aid to not just the U.S., but to countries all around the world. So they're doing some amazing, amazing work. Now, folks, it's not lost on us. We know that there are plenty of shows that you can go see. We're so grateful that you're here, spending a night of theater in New York City. We know it's not cheap, and you paid a lot of money to come in here. We're just going to ask you to pay a little bit more to get out.
Yeah, sure. We have some playbills for $100. We have some posters for $200. Actual Jazz Monthly magazine covers that we use in the show. You got this? $200. They're all signed by the original Broadway cast, including Quaboon.
Took a little convincing, but he did it.
On your way out, our amazing volunteers are holding the iconic red buckets. They accept cash, credit, tap to pay, the QR code. Oh, the QR code.
Yes. Loose change, ones, 100s, your jewelry, firstborn children. We will take anything. No donation is too small or too large. Of course, this is all tax deductible, and it goes to a great cause. Listen, guys, this show is about taking care of each other and the value of that in this kind of short battery life that we have on this planet. So we hope you take that into consideration, and we hope that you take care of yourselves, but take care of each other. Thank you again for spending the night in theater with us at the Belasco, and we wish you all the best.
I cried again! I've seen it 3 times, I cried 4 times! Well, call us creatures of habit today, doing all of our Times Square favourites. The time has come for Aeron James to get his regular giant Reese's peanut butter cup. It made him so happy on our first ever trip here. His little face.
I'm mixing it with Britain in this one.
Oh.
Because I got the Cadbury's Rainbow Mini Eggs, which don't exist in the UK, but they're Cadbury, which
it's
is British.
It's an Easter moment. There we go. I'm going to have so much Easter chocolate when we get back after the Olivier Awards, which are the day after our return. This is a slightly chaotic couple of weeks for us, but that is why we need sweet treats like this. Not that any of you are, but if anyone is feeling concerned about me not getting a sweet treat, I have half a Junior's chocolate fudge cake in my bag because we accidentally ordered an extra slice yesterday, so I've been carrying it around all day. This is how the magic happens. You get all of the good stuff, you get all the mix-ins. Aeron just said he will one day pick the potato chips, but it was not this day. We have, however, got an Easter moment happening here. So I don't know what you do after you see musicals about robots, but I apparently go to gay bars. So, in spite of earlier me thinking like, oh, 1 act, 7 o'clock Sunday show, we'll get back earlier, went to 2 gay bars.
Yeah.
Had a great time.
Yeah.
Had a great time. Went to Rise and Saddles.
Is it Flaming Saddles, I think?
Both like Hell's Kitchen, 9th Avenue. Just got pizza. Taking it back. I have a couple of slices and some garlic knots. Feeling good about it. Gonna
The
go.
second part was basically Coyote only for gay men.
It was Gay Men's Coyote. I felt seen. We're gonna go eat some pizza in bed because I plan to be on a rush line at about 8:30, which is in 9 hours time. Thankfully, we're staying in Manhattan, so not too difficult. Which way? Which way? This way? Good morning, good day. Yes, this is 42nd Street and I can cross. Okay. Good morning. I am kind of running. I am in a rush. For what, I hear you ask? For rush! I have made it down to Midtown. I awoke some 20 minutes ago, flew down here on an Express 3 train that took all of 5 minutes to get me into Times Square from the Upper West Side. And I'm heading to the Broadhurst Theatre on a Monday to rush Boop. Fewer shows on a Monday, fewer people seeing shows on a Monday, you have to imagine. And the downside, fewer shows doing Mondays. So those people who are rushing are more concentrated to the few shows that there are, including Boop. So I'm heading over to the Broadhurst Theatre, where they have a couple different policies. They have a general rush policy for I think about $45. They also have a 30 under 30 policy. They also have lottery tickets for tonight's performance, which have already been allocated and sold over the last few days. But I am currently still under 30, if only for a few more months. So I would love to take advantage of those policies while I can, just to really enjoy them. I aged out of all of the under 25 discounts in the UK during COVID, which sucked. So that would be fun, even though, you know, it's a fairly negligible price difference, about $15. Ooh, crossing down the road. Oh my gosh, I'm already here. So I'm arriving. The goal was 8:25, it might be closer to 8:30. I still think that's plenty early for a 10 a.m. box office opening. Can I see a bit of a queue? Perhaps. Ooh, perhaps. Or just congestion on the street. It's hard to say. Oh, I think I see at least one person standing there. I don't like to be the first because I worry I'm standing in the wrong place. But now, post-mincemeat yesterday and that whole situation, being second in a rush line is no longer a guarantee of anything. I mean, being first in a rush line is technically no guarantee of anything. I think Boop has more tickets on offer on a Monday as well. You'd hope so. This is the situation as I am arriving to it. I see 3 human beings, and I'm about to be the 4th. I'm stood in a rush line outside the Broadhurst Theatre, showing you the view from my face rather than of my face, because it occurs to me I got ready in about 5 minutes, and I've not made myself entirely presentable. I'm going, after this, not back to bed, but certainly to the vicinity thereof, where I will become slightly more ready for the day. There are, 2 more people have just joined the rush line as I went to tell you this. It's almost 9 a.m. And people had been appearing after me in about 10-minute intervals, but there are now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people behind me and the 3 in front. So we are definitely in the front portion of the rush line. I'm feeling good about our chances to get some kind of tickets this evening, which is really all that matters. But yes, we'll let you know as the situation develops. What I will say is whenever I tell people about this show, they always reply to me, boop boop a doop, and I am here to let you know that according to this much at least, it is boop oop a doop. And I oop, in fact. So, you know, every day is a school day. It is about 45 minutes later. 50 minutes till the box office opens. I'm feeling good, I'm feeling confident. The queue now stretches down the side of the street over there. Interestingly enough, someone did come by. I think they were doing a rush report, perhaps for Reddit or somewhere on socials. Didn't get the chance to ask, but they were interviewing the people at the front of the line, asking when they arrived, and the answer was 8 a.m. And I think I overheard that Smash's rush queue started at 7 a.m. this morning. Whether that's a symptom of a reduced number of Monday shows, possibly spring break as well, or just enthusiasm to see Broadway musicals. I think we can all relate. Okay, it's happening. We are opening the box office. We're going in. Wish me luck. Woo. Okay, it is just after 10 a.m. Tickets secured. I did get 30 under 30. Here's the interesting thing. They don't advertise rush policies on like signage or anything in the foyer. You have to know about it from online or from wherever else. But because it's at box office discretion, I get why they don't want to plaster it up. People will come in throughout the day and be like, oh, that says that you're going to be able to sell us like $49 tickets, and chances are they may have run out. But I feel dubious about the fact that they don't advertise the 30 under 30, and they're selling at the box office. You can get Rush for, I think it was like $49 or $30 for the 30 under 30 program if you're under 30 years old. I'm sure that the person two in front of me, I'm sure she was under 30, but I don't think she knew about the 30 under 30, so she just asked for 2 Rush tickets, and they're in the same place. So I feel like she could have saved a little more money, and the person at the box office didn't prompt her. I don't know that I would if I was on box office, prompt everyone to be like, by the way, are you under 30? I mean, I guess could have done, but you never know how people will react when you comment on their age. Am I going to get a black and white cookie, or will it make me too full when we have lunch in a couple hours? These are the questions. But yeah, I didn't get the chance to tell her, by the way, they do cheaper tickets for if you're under 30, but we got 2 tickets for tonight, 8 p.m. The show is opening very soon, so this is late previews, partial view seats, but in my experience, partial view on Broadway is not nearly as bad as restricted view in the West End, because the theatres are largely just like more open and broader, and the sightlines are better. F2122, so the reason for that partial will be because that is right on the end, essentially. Interestingly, sometimes you don't want to be the first Rush tickets sold, because sometimes they start further forwards and then move backwards. If you're partial because you're wide, like wide onto the stage, but you're further back, that might actually end up being a better view than being close and wide. Depends what you value, proximity or getting to see more of the stage, but I'll chat to our friends who have seen the show. I'm sure it's not going to be that much of a problem in any case. I might get breakfast, but my next move is to head back up and go and chill and catch up on a little bit of work on this Monday. We've had a couple of weekend days, but now I have started getting emails from London. I replied to like 12, 15 emails while stood in that Rush line, which was handy, but I have many more things I need to do today. Do I get a black and white cookie? What do you think? What do we think? It is the Breakfast of Champions here in New York. Oh, I could get, here's what I might do. I could get one of the tubs of mini ones, then I might just have a couple for breakfast today, and then a couple more every other day that we're here. That's what I'm gonna do. That's the plan. Thank you. Good job, everybody. Secured the goods. This is hilarious. I am walking out of Midtown on a Monday morning with 2 tickets to a Broadway show and a tub full of black and white cookies. This is what dreams look like, everybody. While we're here at the 42nd Street subway station, enjoying the music, there's a Stranger Things ad that I would like to show you. This was Wicked movie last time we were here, or maybe even last year, but now it's Stranger Things taking over Broadway, or hoping to at least. You can see ads on all of the columns here, but also along this wall. I've heard that this set piece, which is new for Broadway, is really cool, from someone who saw the first public preview performance. But yeah, big Stranger Things ads carrying on up there on the stairs. They've taken out a lot of ad space down here. They're really trying to court a less traditional theatre audience. They're trying to get the TV watchers, but also just the people of New York. Stranger Things live on Broadway, marketing the show a very different way. I say that because in London they were really selling the narrative that this was essential, that you had to see it to get the next season, which I don't think is true. And they've kind of eased up on that a bit, and they're now just pushing see Stranger Things live on stage, which makes it seem a bit like you're seeing the existing story and not something new. I'd be intrigued to see if that's successful. I could have walked back. I kind of need to pee. And rather than go up to the 8th floor of the Marriott Marquis or Rockefeller, I'm just taking the subway. Where's Aeron James? Where's Aeron James? At Dunkin' Donuts. He's at Dunkin' Donuts. He's at Dunkin' Donuts. Gonna go meet him. Also on this corner, I've told you this before, I'm going to tell you again, Gray's Papaya. I only know what that is because of Warriors, the new musical theatre concept album from Lin-Manuel Miranda and Issa Davis. I don't know if that's the same Grace Papaya they visit in that, because there used to be more locations, I'm told. This now is the last one. Grace Papaya. I see him, giant iced coffee in hand. It's my love, it's my man. He hasn't seen me yet, but he's probably sending me a WhatsApp. It's Aeron James. How close are we gonna get before? Any minute now, any second. There we go. And one pit stop later, we are back out in Manhattan. It is warmer than it... That was about to be a very dumb sentence. It's warmer than it was this morning at 9 a.m. Who's surprised? There's a breeze though, but it's technically like 21 degrees, so we are probably overdressed with coats and sweaters. Boop is at 8. We're walking down to meet some friends, to hand over merchandise that we grabbed for them at Much Ado About Nothing in London, because we are international merch distributors now. It's all good, it's all good. It's a global merch exchange, yeah. Is what's happening here. No, now we just need to figure out a way to get the Huaboon plant to the UK without having to apply for some sort of official certificate. Even if it was to go by boat, you'd still have to go through a port. I'm absolutely overthinking this. We are going to cool ourselves with beverages ironically named for sunshine. This is Peach Sunshine Energy from Dunkin', and wherever we're going in Midtown, we should plan to go via restrooms, because all of this liquid is about to be inside me, and that's the size of my head. You know, I can never miss showing you a little bit of Central Park. We've got the clip-clop of horse hooves. We've got a little bit of spring blossom happening. It is another lovely day here in one of the greatest parts of Manhattan. And you can see, of course, the skyline on the southernmost side of the park that we are heading towards as we prepare to enter the metropolis. Newsflash. The part with the buildings is warmer because there is no good breeze happening, and I guess the heat is just radiating. And you know what? Yes, Aaron, yes, I'm complaining about the temperature, I'm complaining about the weather. It's happening. That is as much a staple of our New York vlogs as Magnolia Bakery and Holdfast. I will always have thoughts on the weather. It's lovely. It's actually a nice day if we were dressed for it. This is too much. This is far too... I just saw someone wearing shorts. One short day outside the Gershwin Theatre. We're not seeing Wicked. Nobody get excited. And then, neighbouring it, it's Downstairs Neighbour at the Circle in the Square. Just in time. You found me just in time. Is that the same song? Is that the Bobby Darin Just in Time? I don't know. Just in Time. The Bobby Darin musical, starring Jonathan Groff, begins previews today. This week, at the very least. It is commencing.
Redwood already started.
Was it yesterday? It wasn't yesterday. It's either just started previews or is just about to. There are a few shows whose buzz we haven't really... I've heard nothing about Glengarry Glen Ross. That opens tonight. It's probably just the circles that we move in where it's musical theatre people, but that's why something like Just in Time, it's conspicuous.
So many people talk about John Proctor's Novella.
Oh yeah, that's got buzz, but George Clooney, no one's really talking about it. I wonder if because thus far, well, I wonder if the prices are excluding Broadway theatre goers, and it's more it's a different kind of audience going to see that play. I do appreciate the buzz because I think it helps if you can shape an expectation, even if it's bad buzz going in. We've had our expectations lowered about a handful of new musicals. Most of the ones we're seeing on this trip, honestly, we've heard to just kind of manage our expectations, and I think that's the key to enjoying yourself. Regardless of whether or not I say that the show is great, I can have a better time based on a managed expectation, knowing what to expect going in and not setting your expectations either too high or for the wrong kind of thing. Hot off the presses in Schubert Alley, I literally just audibly said, oh my gosh, because this is the holographic cabaret poster. We've seen this before, but this is brand new. In fact, multiple updates happening today. Hold on one second. Let's first talk about cabaret. So this is the new cast who begin performances tonight at the Kit Kat Club. We'll be there to see them tomorrow. This is Orville Peck and Eva Noblezada. I have to stand at different places to show you these different images. Look at Eva. Oh my gosh. Then we've got a nice little ha 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 ha, I'm Sally Bowles, darling. And then they're hinting at Orville Peck performing Son's Mask. I guess we'll find out officially from the word of mouth tonight from the people at their first performance. But also, can we talk about this marketing branding at the top? The iconic musical reinvented. Interesting. And I guess in terms of its staging, it is to a certain extent. I wouldn't call it a total reinvention, especially when you have something like Sunset Boulevard literally down that street over at the St. James. But also, if you'll notice, they have added a little cover on the top of this Pirates poster here, because I got sent the press release earlier today about the show extending through July 27th. Get jazzed up. That is a slightly peculiar slogan, and I have many thoughts about this poster while we're at it. But get jazzed up. Not sure I'm completely convinced by that one. Anywho, that's Schubert Alley right now, everybody, with some hot off the presses updates to these posters. And speaking of poster updates, there's a team of people outside of the Schubert where they're about to change the artwork on the doors because Malia Joy Moon, Tony Award winner for Best Leading Actress in a Musical last season, has just this weekend played her final performance in Hell's Kitchen. So they're going to update the doors. Very, very impressive how fast that turns around. Big Broadway sighting just happened on the street. Mega producer Off-Broadway and the West End, Sonia Friedman, strolling up. What's she got opening this week? I mean, she's probably at the opening. Oh, Stranger Things in previews currently. Just started opening in the next couple of weeks. She's probably going to be at the Glengarry Glen Ross opening, you would have thought. But yes, the temptation to walk behind and eavesdrop to that whole conversation, because she's involved with so many projects, current and upcoming, is overwhelming. It's the Drama Bookshop at 266 West 39th Street, proprietor of scripts, scores, and all your drama books, basically. And alongside said drama books, you can also get Drama Bookshop merchandise, little gifts and things, but also there's a fully serving cafe. They also do some drinks tie-ins occasionally. They currently have My First Espressos in association with the Off-Broadway comedy show My First Ex-Husband, Joy Behar, and there is also a drinks collaboration, if you can see that there, with John Proctor as the villain, the new hit Broadway play. I can't call it a hit yet, it hasn't opened, but people are saying very good things. We just said goodbye to Kate, who is down there, and as they were slowly walking down the steps, I was failing to start recording, so you're just going to have to believe me. Kate is not from New York, but is just often here, and we try and align our trips when we're scheduling to be here at the same time as Kate. Kate
was the first person we met in New York on our first trip to New York.
Very true, and one of our closest friends. And even more wild than we are, the only person I think I know who is wilder than we are when it comes to global theatre going. Kate has multiple London trips scheduled this year, so we're going to see Kate within the month hopefully. But Kate is off today to go to Atlanta to go and see the Parade tour, and see Parade essentially in the state where it's set, performed there professionally for I think the very first time, and is going to tour the locations mentioned in the show, which will be, I'm sure, equal parts harrowing and novel. Kind of like our come from away trip to Gander that you can watch the vlog of here on my channel. And if you walk westwards down 33rd Street and look up, you can see the Edge, one of a handful of New York's most popular viewing platforms, and perhaps the most terrifying as it juts out over the edge. We did that on our second ever trip, few vlogs back. I'd do it again. Aeron may need a little bit of convincing. The High Line, if you're wondering, if you've missed it on any of our previous vlogs, is an elevated walkway that stretches down part of the west side of Manhattan. It's a converted elevated railway that used to run through the meatpacking district, I believe, if I'm remembering that correctly. You can find out more about it with information found around the High Line. It's also got various little cultural installations, including this giant pigeon. You are seeing that correctly. It is a giant pigeon statue. It's huge. and it's just hanging out here in this little section of the Highline we've never actually visited before. This is at the northmost end. If you take a right rather than walking through Hudson Yards, you get this other little exit of the Highline that takes you just a little bit further down into 33rd, 34th Street, whichever one we were on. And also you get to see this pigeon. Heading back up the Highline now, steadily to our dinner destination. And this is your weather update with Mickey Jo. Don't love that. The ominous dark clouds gathering. Storm clouds on the horizon. Name that musical. It's a deep cut. The answer was Made in Dagenham. Yeah, I just felt a raindrop on my ear. And we are on the Highline, which is not an ideal place to be if it begins to storm. Oh, someone has an umbrella up preemptively. Oh, that was another raindrop. Stay tuned. Somebody comment with a musical theatre song about rain. I can't think of any. I'm just going to raindrops keep falling on my head. Rain on me. No, that's Gaga. Anything at all.
No, I can think of songs that are in the rain.
I feel the rain falling on my face. That's in a musical, but it's still jukebox. I'm not proud of myself in this moment. Listen to the rain on the roof go pick-a-peedy-pack from Follies. Everybody. Also featured in Paddington 2. It is raining now, if you missed the implications of that musical moment. We are not near to where we need to be. There is a subway station. Maybe we just hang out in Hudson Yards for a moment, see if it passes. I don't think it will. Good news, everybody. We did not drown. Woo! I'm drinking an Arnold Palmer in celebration, which is half iced tea, half lemonade, which is good, because America has an iced tea problem. There, I said it. There's a sweetness level issue that this remedies. We are at, spin you around, hold fast, hanging out with the Monday afternoon crowd and the very handsome Aeron James. And after some tacos at Holdfast, we are back at the Broadhurst, back on 44th. Boop, boop, doop. We're here to see Boop. Boop, the Betty Boop musical. Another one where, genuinely, I know nothing about this show except Betty Boop, and perhaps there's nothing to this show other than Betty Boop. We're going to find out. I know only one of the songs. I've heard great things about Jasmine Amy Rogers' performance. I'm excited to find out. We'll let you know what the view from these seats are like. I know there's at least one merch item I am going to buy, because just like their neighbours Gypsy over at the Majestic Theatre, they're selling a plush dog. So, you know, big year for dogs on this street. Let's go check out Boop. The queue actually stretches back past the Hell's Kitchen canopy, so we want to see what they put up on the doors today. Hilariously, that one can't be new because that's still Shoshana Bean, who left the show way before Malia did. It's been Jessica Vosk now for a little bit. This one, still the same, but the doors we saw them standing at were these next ones. So momentarily, we will find out what they look like. So it just becomes a generic thing about the show, rather than about Malia. If this has changed on the other side, this had Tony Award-winning Best Actress in a Musical. They might leave that up just to showcase the Tony Award, even though she's no longer in it. But if they've taken that down, then that would make sense. But that'll be on the other side of this. We'll find out when we go past. Maybe that's not interesting to you. I think it's interesting. Let's get ready to spin it round. What does it say? It's, yeah. As expected, advertising the new casting. There is a showcase of the merchandise as soon as you step into the theatre, but to buy it, you're going to have to go to the other side. Possibly they sell it on the mezzanine level as well, I don't know. But we have mugs, Boop the Musical on Broadway. We have all the prices there. There's a little ornament. I'm always tempted to start collecting those. There is a magnet. I do like the half cartoon, half real person Betty going on there. Enamel pins as displayed on a nice, very wide tote bag there with an adjustable handle, do I spy, as well. We love that. We love a high quality tote. And Where I Wanna Be, that's the one song I know from this show. We have the window card with that same design that I liked. We have the dog. You know for a fact I'm buying this dog. His name is Pudgy. I find that very sweet. You can also see, very smartly shown here, the hoodie and t-shirt designs. We can see one of those up there, and the font is actually glittery. I mean, it's really stylish. They gained that from, the IP, Betty Boop. You would have to have really stylish and aesthetic merch for this show, and I believe they do. In fact, down here on the lower level where you can find the restrooms, that's one place where you can buy merchandise. I'm not seeing any other merch items than the ones I showed you, but there's also a bar on the other side, and we do have some signature cocktails. We've got a Big Apple Teeny, vodka sour, apple, lemon lime soda, an Empire Spritz, Aperol Prosecco and club soda, or a New Manhattan, a bourbon sweet vermouth, bitters and orange liqueur, and a non-alcoholic Pudgy Pop, lemon lime soda and grenadine. That's really cute. That's basically kind of like a Shirley Temple, I guess. But yeah, I love that they do a non-alcoholic option. I love that it's themed to Pudgy. So this is the view from our rush seats here, F19 and 21. We are at the end of the row here. There's a little bit of an obstruction happening there, but I think the bigger issue is that we are wide to the stage, so if there's anything deep on the left-hand side, we won't necessarily see it. What we will get is a great view into the stage left wing, which might be interesting, sometimes a fun way to watch a show. I will let you know what I think of this one to the best of my ability from this wide angle, because, there's plenty of people seeing it from over this side, and of course on the other side as well. And one first act of a musical later, as the stage is currently telling you, it is the intermission here at Boop. So if you want to take pictures with the playbill, that's the word, and the set, then you're going to want to do that before, and we'll see what the lighting state is like afterwards. We were sitting down just as it was about to start, so we didn't really get a chance to do that. I did stuff everything into my bag, including my new child here, who I will introduce to you. This is Pudgy, everybody. His ears are currently having a little bit of a situation, but I'm going to keep him in the bag, at least until we get him back tonight, because that seems like a good idea. His namesake in the show is puppeteered really charmingly, very whimsically. There's a lot of that charm and whimsy in this show. Let's talk a little bit about our view of the stage. Hello, that's me. It's pretty good, I would say. There's definitely some projections on the back left side that we're not necessarily making out too well, but for the most part, most of the action between the characters is played in a central space far forward enough that we are seeing it all. We're not missing anything particularly relevant. There's a couple of little animation effects that I think we haven't really been able to see, but by and large, in terms of seeing the actors, what we do get is a lot of brilliant proximity. There was a moment where you could sort of see a twinkle in the eye of Jasmine Amy Rogers, who is playing Betty Boop, which was pretty remarkable actually, and I'm enjoying being that proximal to the performances, with the trade-off being a little bit of width here as well, and of course the rush ticket price that we paid for admission. What I will say is I think that they assign first come first serve rush seats forwards and then they move back, and I kind of feel like the further back you are, the less of a problem the width is. So I don't necessarily think that it's the best case scenario for you to be one of the first few people in the rush line. I think there's every possibility that people who arrive a little bit later might actually get slightly better seats in this instance, curiously enough. And the proscenium, the curtain, also distributing some advice there as well, which my canine child is paying very close attention to. I'm raising him to be a responsible theatre goer. It's very important to me as a parent. Doop. It's raining, so I'm going to pause here rather than get you wet, tiny camera that houses people. That was Boop, Jasmine Amy Rogers. I'm going to have to rethink my entire Tony Awards predictions because what a star. My God. The vulnerability, the tenderness of the performance. Incredible. Incredible. Star is Born moment on Broadway this season. Absolutely remarkable. As was Pudgy the Puppet Dog. So great. 10 out of 10. No notes. Good comedy bones.
I just saw a kid walk past holding a Pidgey.
Aww. And I'm an adult with one in my bag. We're deciding in real time what we're going to do because it's raining. It's not as bad as it looks. And we wanted to get Zia fries from Emmy Squared, which we still could do. We could walk up there. We've done a lot of walking. I have tired feet and Aeron has a little bit of a dodgy knee, so going to try and rest up as much as we can. In any case, thank you for joining us for another night on Broadway. This, I think, is going to be the end of the second part of the vlog, with one final installment to come for our last few days. Thank you for watching, and we will see you very soon. For 10 more seconds, I'm MickeyJoTheatre. Oh my god, hey. Thanks for watching, have a stagey day. Subscribe!